We're recording now.
Hey.
No.
So is our introduction going on or no?
Well, it's the grab a drink, we're
Right.
starting shortly thing.
Okay, that's what I meant. That's our introduction.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I forgot to grab a drink.
Well, my drink's up there, so I'm not going to grab it and work.
Hey, just let us know when you're here. I did figure out how to see comments using this little device. So I can see comments, but I can't see the number of people watching. You look so crabby tonight.
What?
You look crabby.
You keep saying that, and I'm going to hit you with this shovel.
Oh, somebody's here. John! Hi, John. How are you doing? We missed you last week. And Vicky's here too. Cool. Yeah, I can't see our numbers, but I can see comments, so very cool. Maybe I'll just go ahead and run it. How about that?
That sounds like a plan to me.
Let's just go ahead and do it. All right, there you go. You're live, Mr. Lefevre.
So what we're going to do is we're going to plant some stuff in the garden, and this is probably the earliest I've ever planted.
Hey, Pat.
If you want to show them the garden a little bit, this
Okay.
is our raised bed garden. This one is complete, and you can see there's this barrier here, and this is weed barrier. And the reason we put weed barrier on it is on the other end, and Lisa does want to go down there. Well, she can't because I got it blocked. But the soil is going onto our pathway, so I dug down and lined it with weed barrier and then put soil back in it. And these beds have to have new stone on it, so we're going to put the weed barrier down first.
Hey, you know, there's lots of comments. Do you want to take those before you dive right in?
Well, you just interrupted me, but yeah, I suppose. I want to do this, and then we can...
Okay, we'll chit-chat. There's some nice things being said.
Okay, well, thank you. It's all about me, right?
No, it is not all about you.
Anyway, we've got the other raised beds to build and put the liner in, and we're going to do it slow. I'm going to plant them anyway, and we're going to work on them later on this summer. But anyway, this one's complete, and I'm going to put tomatoes in this one. And I'm just going to use the shovel to dig a hole.
You know, the real SippinTrip was happening when both he and I were trying to build these silly walls together. Holy cow. Yeah.
And
I had to time myself out.
This tomato is Burpee's new one. And I'm going to take the leaves off the bottom of it. And it's got a
Pat,
few
he's
roots.
not drinking any beer yet. That's the problem.
Oh, no, I have drank beer.
Oh.
But anyway,
Thanks, Abby.
we're going to plant this in the hole, and what I've got here is compost. So I'll put some of this in the hole and stuff too. Tomatoes like to have a lot of fertilizer when they first get planted, and then once they start growing on that, you don't need to do that. They like the soil to be acidic. So I had to put some sulfate on these beds, and this one I didn't. We added so much new soil, I think it was okay in that. But I'm going to plant this. And you can see I'm just going to put that in there, and I'm going to put some compost.
See if I can get in there.
Then I'll put this back in here.
Oh, one thing I want to get rid of is that thing right there. There we go.
But that's my tomato. Now, what I did is you can buy plant stakes. And they're pointed on the end, and they're nice little wooden plant stakes. They're thicker than these, but they're expensive. So what I did is I bought paint stirrers that were real cheap. I bought like 500 of them. And so I put the name on it, medium rare, because I want to be able, one of the talks that we're going to do for a SippinTrip, I'm going to show the tomato, the byproduct of this. So anyway, that's Burpee's new one, and it's great. It's a real big pink, it looks like medium rare meat. And what I'm going to do is come over here and get one of my tomato cages.
Oh.
That I showed you the
other
other day.
Like a lost puppy.
And we're going to put that right in the ground, right here.
Oh, this is what I was afraid of.
Well, you put that there, I didn't. So
I'm looking
chew
at
your
the
own ass
I'm looking
out.
at the viewfinder and I have no idea where my feet are at. I told him I was going. I'm going to trip
Can you
over your
imagine that?
cages.
And these steaks are really unique because my cousin gave me these. These are made out of fiberglass. And the ground is really soft, so I can really pretty much, to a certain point, press them in the ground. And then I just get my trusty hammer. Then what we do is we get our trusty zip tie. And I zip tie the steak. There.
Looks like a big cage for a little tomato.
Oh, well, that tomato will be out of the top of that. You remember how they were last year?
I know.
All
I'm
right, so just run the camera.
All right, let me get on this side here.
All right, so that's the first tomato in the ground. So we're going to plant, like, I think in this bed, I don't know. I like to put them at least 4 feet apart because air circulation is real important to keep blight and stuff down. Blight is soil borne, so I used to have a lot more grass, and I used to put grass clippings on this, and then it would keep the soil, you know, from the soil being there. So let's see what we're going to plant next. These poor babies need to get out of here too. This is Grandma's pick. I can't remember what kind that is. I'm going to take these lower branches off. Don't throw them in the garden. And one thing that you should never ever do is don't throw any of your tomato at the end of the season, any tomato waste or anything, in your compost. You know, throw it in the garbage or burn it, because the disease can overwinter in your in the tomato foliage, and then the next season it could have, you know, blight.
Abby wants to know if you use vermiculite in your garden soil.
No. Compost.
Any particular reason why?
Well, I don't know why you would. Vermiculite is more for potting soil, for a potted plant, not in a garden. Okay. Put this one on. We got to get her name in there too. Grandma's pick. I'm interested. I can't remember what this one is, you guys. Sorry. I should have did my research today. I was busy picking plants. I wasn't picking my nose, but I was picking plants. Pound this down. I've had these
you're welcome, Abby.
tomato cages for a long time. So, zip a tile. My dad used to just stake the tomatoes. And
Amanda says loam and sandy loam soils are best for tomato production.
Yep, and sandy soil is great for melons. I might be able to get 5 tomatoes in here. And you notice,
See if
minimum.
I can back up with the Wi-Fi still holding up.
One
It
of the
freezes,
things
that's,
about raised
too far
beds
away from it.
that you want to be concerned about is you don't walk on them very much. You know, so you make them, don't make them super wide where you have to get in the bed. Make them where you can get to them from each side.
Hey, question for you.
Okay.
Why not vermiculite? Doesn't that help lighten up the soil?
Well, yeah, but it would also make it like, if it would really, especially in a raised bed. Now this is going to help with the weed barrier drying out, but these beds will dry out faster. So if we have a drought, which, you know, I talked to somebody today and they said that, you know, we're in kind of a drought, it would make them dry. It would make it dry out faster. I don't know. I just have never seen anybody use vermiculite in a vegetable garden situation versus using vermiculite in Like we use it to start seeds.
Sure.
We use it to, it's in soil mixes for like petunias, potting soil mixes. I just have never seen it in the garden. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I just, I don't have
Well,
any.
let's say you have, compost is all the way well-rounded amendment. It'll tighten it up. If it's too loose, it'll loosen it up if it's too tight.
Yeah, this soil, these beds have had so much leaves and compost put in them, they're really soft. So this one is an awesome tomato. This is called Paul Roberson. It's really kind of a dark black, kind of almost a brick red. It's not a regular red. It's really a nice tomato. Very good tasting. It's an heirloom. Oops. Yeah, they probably don't want to see my ass.
So how big did you make that? Let's see if I can get in there.
Oh. These beds are taller than what they used to be, so it's a little bit harder to plant without stepping in here. Plus today, I don't know what I did to my back today, but man, it's been killing me.
Oh, Sherry says it's hard to compost in LA.
Sherry.
Yeah.
Oh, my friend Sherry?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They probably don't even know what the word compost means in LA. Unless it's a dead body.
Oh, bud.
Sorry. Yeah, it's hard to compost in LA. Was she the one asking about the vermiculite?
I think that Abby was the first one to raise the vermiculite topic.
Sherry, who Lisa's talking about, and I worked together at Lundstrom's. Sherry's a little older than I. I think I was like 13 and she was probably like 18. I always said that there was, in our area for flower designers, the people that impressed me the most, one was Sherry, the other was Lou Folsom and Jerry Froliger. They had really nice, I just liked the way they did it. And Sherry's still doing it. Sherry's doing it. I think she's doing it near Palm Springs and that, but she sends me pictures and I just drool. I mean, some of the flowers and that she's able to use and that are freaking awesome. The pictures are really cool.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. Jeff Morgan's with us.
Hey, Jeff.
John Sacchetti's got a great question. Okay. He said, I heard you can plant your tomato plants laying down. Do you recommend that or just straight up and down?
No, you can plant them laying down. I've done that before. Sometimes a tomato will be like this long and it goes like this. It'll be laying on the bench. Some of them are laying on the bench and they go like this. You just dig a trench and lay it down and just have the top part.
Well, maybe point out how you're sinking them.
Yeah, you sink them deeper because they're a lot better. All right, I've got one more tomato, and this is I think it's here. Yep, there it is.
Is that a squirrely one?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be a good example for what John was asking about. Not straight. Doesn't matter.
No, and it's really, hopefully it's going to be okay. It feels real.
Uh-oh, did you crack it?
I don't know if it's busted or not.
Well, let me
try
see it. Slow down.
It's got a weed in it. There's my bucket. I always have a bucket I put weeds in.
All right, I'll see if I can't get closer so you can see how he sinks these tomatoes. We're about at the limit of our Wi-Fi range. Okay, let's see. We go in there.
I'm not going to put the gloves on. I don't care. But yeah, this one's kind of laying down, so I'm going to take these off. And then you can just sit it just like that.
Okay, let me get a shot. Yeah, so you're planting him like he's sitting down on the couch.
The stem's going like this.
He's chilling.
Chilling like a villain.
Yeah. Roots will form along that stem.
They already are.
Are they?
Yeah.
The little nodule thingies?
Yep. Look, I picked that up. Don't leave that lay. Harbor disease. So that's all I brought was 4 of the tomatoes, so we can't do any more there. One of the things I wanted to show you too, we'll put the sign in that one, and that one's Blue Beauty. We need to get a cage too. Oh, gee, help me, help me, help me.
Oh, we got a lot of wall laying work ahead.
Yeah, and look at all the weeds in that bed.
I know.
And they're the type of weeds when you touch, the seeds just explode. So we're gonna have freaking 5 billion seeds. All right. So now, let's finish that one up.
Yep.
Couple zippies.
Poor gimbal.
What's that?
You're moving really fast.
I'm walking slow. If I was moving fast, I'd have the garden all planted.
Uh-huh.
Oh shit, I need a steak. I was out here this morning finishing this at like 5:30,
Yeah.
which I don't mind doing. I enjoy that.
We had grand aspirations of having the whole run of this bed done. Nah.
Well, we got this done, so that, I mean,
Did you
it's
ever tell
one.
them what our first attempt at this stone wall, what happened?
No.
Oh, well, there's a reason that we're lining it on its edges with landscape fabric.
Yeah, I did. I said the
Oh,
reason
did you? I
why is
wasn't
because
listening
we
to
didn't
you.
want the soil to leach out onto
Oh,
the...
yeah. Okay.
Yep. What was that? Did you say you weren't listening? Huh? Imagine that.
What? I got about an 80% completion rate with listening to you.
Uh-huh. Talk to the hand.
The hand's busy.
So, oops. Oh. Oops. Twice. See if we can get a three-peat on it.
It is amazing to watch these things grow because they do. He's right. They'll come right out of the cage and you won't even see the cage
Yeah, you won't even see the bed hardly
from
at all.
August. Yeah.
So now what we're going to do, what I like to do, and I didn't bring the onions that I usually plant along, and I don't do it with the tomatoes. I'll plant the onions where I do the peppers. But this is Lloyd's new sweet potato vine.
Oh, yeah.
This is an ornamental sweet potato. You know, just like you can get like the other sweet potatoes like Ace of Spades or Blackie or Marguerite. But the difference with this is this produces a tuber that you can eat. So what I'm going to do, and I thought it would look cool, is we're going to plant, I like to plant stuff in the corner of the beds. So we're going to plant this in here, the corner of the bed. I'll put the tag so I remember what it is. And then what I'm going to plant with it, and the reason I plant these, and Sherry, maybe Sherry can relate to these. Oh my God, they're huge. But if they use these in LA at all, these are nasturtium. So I'm going to plant a nasturtium with this because I think it'd be cool with that dark foliage growing. Boy, these babies are rooted too. Dark foliage growing, and with the nasturtium here. So, and you can see the flowers. And now, and the reason I didn't get to finish, the reason I like to plant nasturtium here is because the flowers are edible. So.
Oh, I can't even see the sweet potato vine yet. Oh.
It's there.
It's there. Yeah, that might be pretty.
It will be pretty. There's no might about it.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. Mm-hmm. I love to feel the soil.
Especially nice soil.
Yeah.
Not
I like smoothing it out with my hand.
Yep, part of the fun of gardening.
But this will be a nice sight to see too when it starts growing from the deck. I think with the flowers on it.
Uh-huh.
These babies are huge. Oh!
Uh-oh.
Over they go.
Tumble.
Nasturtiums are really easy to grow from seed.
Whoop.
I love the flowers. They have all different kinds that you can get. Oh.
Yeah, why did you come out here with your gloves on initially? He never uses gloves when he's doing vegetable gardening.
I don't know. I guess I lost my brain. So we got 2 more of these, so we might as well plant the Klingons over here. I hope everybody's enjoying this. Hey, I want to show you the universal tool. This is the tool to use for everything. Weeding, planting.
You're up here somewhere.
Well, are you seeing my face?
Yeah, but you're looking
And you
down.
can see the tool.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can look into the camera, you goof.
Well,
there
you got it way too high.
No.
Get it down to there. Now you can see it. There you go.
I can't. You got to see what I see. There you go.
All right. But this is a universal tool. The handle was wooden and it broke, and my friend Steve Gentz, that worked at National, took this turnbuckle and made this handle for me. And Quinn just put a new, welded a new piece on here for me because I had sharpened it so it was down to nothing.
Abby says they're sharp, but they're fantastic tools. Oh, totally agree. Having a good tool really elevates the joy of gardening. I got these pruners over the winter. I was kind of exploring.
Oh my God.
They're actually bonsai.
She's like Edward
pruners.
Scissorhands.
Oh, I love it. They're so good.
She goes, you got to use these. And she tells me that. You got to use these. I go, okay, give them to me. No, they're mine. So, you know.
Hardly.
Hardly.
I got a bigger pair for you.
Yeah,
You just won't use them.
Bigger pair.
Yeah. Good tool. Makes for
So
a
I'll
good
put
time.
the other 2. And these were sweet potatoes that Lloyd sent us to sample to see how they grow. We're sending some of them to the John Deere Historical Site. So, and I'll tell the ladies at the end of the season that, you know, they're planting them in their whiskey barrels. And I'm going to tell them, I go, well, harvest those sweet potatoes. This is an ornamental. It's supposed to be edible.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yep, we'll see how they grow. So, and sweet potatoes, I don't know if anybody's ever grown them. Centennial is a real common one that you can get. But they like to be real dry. And I don't know if this is the same way, but sweet potatoes will vine and they'll tend to root down where they touch the soil, and it's good to keep them to where they just root in one spot.
Thanks, Jackie. She says your raised beds are beautiful.
Thank you. All right, now we're coming over to this. This is a different project over here.
All right. I'll go follow your tail end around.
This is, we got to clean up our mess here.
Okay.
There we go. All right, now we're organized. We don't need the zip ties anymore. The chopper we do need. This is an old tool. This is a matter of fact, it's an original tool of my dad's.
Hold on.
The handle broke, so I didn't want to throw it away. You can see how the handle broke. So I use it to kind of I dig these up with a spade.
What's that special little pod you got going in there?
Oh, that's a
Is he helping
locust.
you out?
That's a locust pod.
Yeah.
Anyway, I like to just kind of get it all smoothed out. Now, this is going to be a completely different type of planting. And the reason is that peppers like to be close. They like a lot of humidity, and you can water the foliage on them. Oh boy. Oh, okay. This is Burpee's other pepper or other new plant that I wanted to try. And what I'm going to do is I'll do this so I can at least tag this one so I know. Because what's going to happen, and I told my friend Dick Helfrich, I go, don't plant this with other bell peppers because this is a bell pepper, but it's a hot bell pepper. And it's called the Real Deal.
So why wouldn't you plant it with another sweet pepper?
Well, because you go out there and pick it, and it looks like a regular bell pepper.
Oh,
okay. Hey, honey, I'll cut this up and put it on a salad, and it's hot. So you'd catch hell. That'd be another night you sleep on the couch.
Uh-huh.
So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to plant them, and I'll put this between it.
Let's see how I'm going to get in here.
I like to get all the weeds out of the bed.
Cindy, no, this is our new business model. We're just doing online ordering with curbside pickup.
Cindy.
Cindy Williams wants to know if we're open yet. We are open in the capacity that we are able to be open.
Yep. We've had a lot of people come in and ask, but this is the way that we are doing it, choosing to do it moving forward.
Yes, Amanda, that is where I was going. That's what I was asking about. She says peppers will cross and have found bells get hot next to jalapenos.
I've never had that.
Well, she did, so there you go.
Okay. Well, I've planted them in the same bed and never had that happen. Oops, look at that. A rock to plug a hole. Peppers you can plant a little deeper. I've never planted them super deep.
Oh, thanks, Jackie. Thank you, thank you. We're
What?
trying hard. She says the pickup method works great. You know what we've noticed about this? Last year it was just, shell shock, so we don't know how. Plus, we were loaded to the gills like we normally would have been, and so we had plant compression problems. But this year, one of the nice byproducts of doing it this way is that we have more time to actually perform maintenance on the plants, and so we're a lot happier with the final product. Plants look great. We're able to care for them. It's a lot less hectic. This is the only way we could do it. It's just us two. I mean, that's just the name of the game.
So
we appreciate it when you're enjoying it and appreciating it. All right, sorry.
So these tomato cages, these are the ones you can buy, and they call them tomato cages, and they're not worth a shit.
Here, let me get it closer up.
These are not tomato cages. These are pepper cages.
In your world.
They're not tomato. They'll grow right out of it. I mean, tomatoes don't grow this tall. They grow huge.
Pat. Yep.
So
pretty laid back.
They're not a good.
Well, you're like a moving target.
Well, I told you I was going to move around. Oh boy, Chinese 5-color. That's what this is.
Chinese 5-color.
I'll just write 5-color on it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not going to write 5. I'll do the letter 5, color.
Oh, Jackie says our plants are great. The white rabbit. Yeah, that lobularia smells great.
No,
we got a couple of those left, and they're like little white balls.
It's the plectranthus that smells good.
Well, it depends upon your preference, because the lobularia's got a great aroma.
Yes, it does. All right, now you can tell I'm planting these pretty close.
All right, let me get in there. Oh. Close is in about, what, 15 inches?
Yeah, you could do them 15 inches apart, so the cages touch.
Oh, well, there
the
you
thing
go.
I forgot to do is I don't have any compost in it.
Ooh.
You can put it on top.
Diane Root, are you at a park? Yep.
Yeah, it's called Our Yard.
This was a big project last year to keep us out of a
mental hospital.
A mental hospital. So we blew up the yard and made it a lot more functional for old people. Amanda says use a roll of woven field wire to make real cages.
Yeah, I use the cages that we have for the tomatoes is reinforcing wire they use in concrete.
Yep.
So
Carol wants to know, is the Chinese 5-color, is it something new we're trying this year?
Yes, I've never had it before. And look at the color. Did you show them the color of the flower on it?
No,
right
I didn't
here,
get
look
that close. Sorry, you gonna?
Right here, show them.
Let me
look
try.
how lavender it is. It's really cool.
We're gonna try. Yeah, I'm having problems seeing that flower.
Huh.
Just move it with your hand there, dear.
Well, you can kind of see. It's real purple.
No, see, you get just, yeah, there it is. I can't get it.
It's purple. There it is.
Yeah, it's not. There it is, kind of barely. Boy,
but it's
a lot of
purple,
work
and
for
the
just a little.
foliage is kind of purpley. So we'll plant another one of those, and then we're going to go up in the deck. We can, I'm thirsty.
Sue Austin says, I picked up my basket today and it was so beautiful. The pictures don't do your flowers justice.
Thank you,
Excellent.
Sue. And
That's what we
missed
were
it.
hoping for. We wanted to give you enough information visually so that you knew what you were getting at, but then we were hoping real hard that we do a good enough job to surprise you when you come pick up.
Yeah, the
So
one.
thank you for that.
The one lady, I don't know, maybe that was Sue that I was talking with. She had to put one in her trunk and one in her car.
That was Gracie.
Well,
I think it was
yes,
Gracie.
yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
What are you doing?
Putting compost in a hole. Look, I hit.
I gotta back up a little bit here.
This
Yeah,
raised bed.
we're gonna retire to the deck and then we'll have our drinks.
This bed, I'll dig a little bit along here because the bottom part of and we'll have to put some stone in some of these gaps, but the bottom part's pretty solid, and I'll put the weed barrier down, and then when we build up about this high, I'll bring the weed barrier up on that. But
Yeah, and then when the season's done, we'll raise the soil line.
yeah, I just want to be able to get the,
He just wants to get the garden in.
yeah, I mean, otherwise I wouldn't be able to get the garden in.
Yeah.
And last year, we don't have any, we used the last of the tomatoes, you know, and I canned, and I enjoy that
Oh,
when I've got
gosh,
the
yeah.
time.
Maybe we should do a SippinTrip on canning or something.
Well, we're going to do it on the tomatoes, but this is such a universal tool.
The chopper.
All right, and this is my spade I got, my new spade.
Oh, hold on. What's special about that?
It's mine.
Okay. All right.
So anyway, I think that's it. I mean, and so these peppers are fine. I used to, at one time, when I had my old raised beds in here, I had a mist system. And I would hook it up and have mist the peppers and stuff like you would in a greenhouse. Matter of fact, I got the old misters from Swartley's. I asked them if I could have them, and I put them in there.
You were talking to me earlier about radishes and stuff. You want to talk
Right.
about that?
Oh,
at all?
yeah, I didn't bring them. Okay, so now, like right here, you guys, see right in between here, what I'm going to do, and I didn't get any tonight, dang it, but like right in between here, I'm going to plant my radishes. Then I'll plant some more radishes here.
Oh, hold on, back up. Sorry.
Because what'll happen, by the time these plants get real big, radishes are most of the radishes are within 28 to 32 days. So you'll be able to pull your radishes, and the peppers are fine. That's how you can plant more in a raised bed garden. And around the edge of this, I will put my onion plants. And I'll be able to pull the onions and all that and use them as we cook with and do stuff during the summer. So anyway, that's the gist of planting peppers and tomatoes.
Mary Jane, my buddy from Milwaukee, hi from drought-ridden Arizona.
Yeah, you can't grow shit there in that red soil.
You still off the grid there, dear? Think of you often.
But I love this chopper, and I keep a good edge on it so it can cut weeds. And oh, show them. I mean, these are all
What?
all
Show 'em
weeds
some
in
weeds?
here. But look at the thyme.
Okay.
It's a beautiful. So we've got a beautiful thyme that's been in the corner of the bed here for a couple years, and over in this other bed,
Okay.
you can show over there we have chives.
Whoop.
And then we got, oh, look, what's
What?
growing in that bed over there?
What?
Over there.
Oh, good Lord.
My God, it's Garf. He's growing.
It's a pumpkin.
It's a pumpkin. Garf thinks he's like, I don't know what his deal is. He's a very unusual
He's
cat.
a supervisor.
Yeah. He likes hanging out
Hey,
out here
Garfy.
with me when I'm here
Okay.
and that. So anyway,
Whoa. Okay. Are we
we're done.
heading back to the deck?
Yep.
All right, I'll just follow
To
you.
the deck we will go. I got to put I like to have all my tools in one spot.
Okay.
So get my glasses, zip ties. I didn't water
So-
anything in. I'll probably.
You want to talk about mulch at all on your tomatoes?
Well, I would use grass clippings, leaves, or whatever. Do not use wood mulch in the beds because if you go to turn it over and the wood is not decomposed, it will suck the nitrogen right out of the soil and your tomatoes will be crap.
Nor do you want to use grass that's treated.
Right. And you can tell by the look of our lawn out there with all the dandelions in it that that ain't treated lawn. So anyway, all right, let's go up and drink.
All right. Drink and chit chat.
Yep. I'll bring my bring my garbage
Scroll
up.
back through and see if I
Oh,
missed
look
any.
what you did with the bucket.
What about the bucket?
You disturbed our pathway.
Oh, okay.
Oh, check this U out, you guys. We're gonna walk by.
Jackie Moore wants to know, what about pine straw?
That
Or
would
mulch.
that would be good for making the soil acidic. And if you put it on in the spring and you know, by the end of the fall, it probably is broken down. If you turned it over, you know, if you cleaned your garden off and turned it over in the fall and let it decompose over the winter, and that, I think it'd be fine.
And then Mary Jane said, will wood chips attract termites? Well, first, no wood in the garden.
Well, in the pathways we have wood.
Yeah. But she wants to know if it'll attract termites.
You know, people have said stuff. We've had wood mulch around the house. We don't get.
You know, I'm just wondering if that's by location too. She's out in Arizona.
Yeah, it could be. It just depends.
We haven't had trouble with that here.
Did you show them this?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Taxus oriensis, you guys. This is I don't think we have any that are left for sale. This is an awesome yew. If you know, most people think of a yew, they're going like, oh shit, it's green and that. This is awesome. This is a great specimen.
Yeah.
This is to its full size. I've pruned it one time in probably 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
But it just glows when it gets dark. You know, starting to get dark
at night. You can see it at night.
It's really awesome.
It's pretty amazing. All right, I'll put this thing down, and then if you want to do your chit chat, if you sit over there.
Yeah, I'm going to sit right here. Oh,
Okay.
man, I tell you what, you guys, I don't know what I did to my back. Oh, it hurts. But the gardening is so great, and like I said, I was talking to Frank Somi today. I hadn't seen him for a while, and I told him how rewarding it is for me to see somebody make something with my vegetables. I mean, I just think that is super cool. I don't know why. That's just something that's always tripped my trigger.
I'll just run through some of the comments.
Sure.
John and Vicky and Pat were saying hello earlier up, and Carol has a question. What are your thoughts on the bird of paradise?
The tropical plant?
I'm guessing.
Swartley, when I worked at Swartley's, they used to carry those, and they would flower. They're really cool. Birds of paradise, gosh, I forgot about those flowers used in and I bet Sherry, I wonder if Sherry uses any of those out in LA.
I don't know.
It's an old-fashioned flower. I mean, it's been around a long time. When I was at Lunstroms, we used to get them in every once in a while, not a lot, and Swartley's used to get them in. But they used to have the plants itself. But it's a tropical indoor plant. I don't know a whole lot on how to grow it inside. But I haven't seen them around. They used to be around more.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Sherry, she's got a drink in hand watching.
Oh, good, Sherry.
Pat's
I wish she'd come
liking
around.
her Yellow Submarine. That's good. Pat also wants to know what beer you are drinking.
This is a new one, and it's called Shorts Brew. It's a splurgy, and it's from Shorts Brewery in Michigan, and it's got a lot of hops in it. And I like hoppy beer. Now, you got to be a little careful. Got a little careful. Hold on, I'll show it to him. I'll show you the label.
Shorts Brew?
Yep, Shorts Brew.
Huh. Where'd you get that one?
Benny's. But I'm trying to see what the alcohol, it doesn't have the percentage on it. I don't see it.
Oh, Brian got his second shot today. Good job, Brian.
Good job, Brian.
And he wants to know, does that mean that I can now get a hug from Bud Lefevre? Laugh out loud.
Well, you got to wait 2 weeks.
Frank says, "Good, looks great, Bud."
Frank.
Frank Garcia.
Hey, Frank.
Okay, and then I was able to catch these compost and soil questions. Just Scrolling through, you guys.
It's a beautiful day, man. It was really nice today, you guys.
Oh yeah, this weather. Oh,
This is just, it's perfect. It was like 71 today.
yeah.
I picked all the stuff for John Deere, got Cindy Zander's stuff done. I'm getting stuff organized for the Shell gas station. So if you guys go to the East End Shell gas station, we plant those 9 containers every year.
Up, Mary Jane signing off. Have a good one, Mary Jane.
Thanks.
And then Carol says she found 2 of them at Home Depot in Clinton, the Bird of Paradise.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen them around in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm caught up.
Awesome.
Yep.
What else could we talk about vegetable gardening? I mean, you can put pretty much everything in now. Except, now I did go to a job where I had to spray weeds. What was the hand signal for?
You're moving my camera.
Oh, when I was hitting the table?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I had to spray weeds, and the guy had his vegetable garden. I couldn't figure out what the fence was around it, and then I noticed it was a vegetable garden. Well, he already had cucumbers, and they were done. I mean, the frost had got them really bad. The vining crops like cucumbers, zucchini, muskmelon, watermelon, pumpkins, none of that I don't put any of that in till the first week of June. And normally I don't plant tomatoes till probably another week, because I never had time. But since we're doing the SippinTrip, that's great. I'm glad I got them in early here, and I want to probably get the rest of the garden in sometime in the next week.
What about basil?
No, you could put basil out.
Yeah.
And you don't have to put basil in the garden. If you got a 12-inch pot, put a plant of basil in a pot.
Yeah.
And it'll be fine, and you can snip it, put it on your deck, and I love the smell of it. So
Yeah.
I've made a couple things for Jana that she can hang, and she doesn't have to hang it, she could sit it, but it has basil and thyme in it, and I think cilantro. So she'll be able to put it on her deck and snip herbs.
Amanda's got a question.
Sure.
Green beans yet?
Yeah. Farmers are planting beans now. Peas you should have had in earlier. Beans you got to wait a little bit. Now Joe Reaver, when I was out at Hollyhock Farms earlier in the week, said his potatoes got frosted a little bit. So those are up. And my dad always said you got to plant your potatoes on Good Friday. And there's been a couple of times that I wanted to tell my dad, okay, I go, there's 2 inches of snow on the ground. How the hell am I going to plant my potatoes on Good Friday? So anyway.
Carol Spencer says, I planted lemon cucumber seeds 2 weeks ago, and they are coming up.
Yep. Well, they should be all right now.
Yeah.
But lemon cucumbers are awesome. If you guys have ever grown them, they're round, and they do have stripes on it, but they're round like a lemon, but they taste just like a cucumber. I took them to the fair in Morrison, thinking like, man, these things are cool. The people I'll get first place in that, Zippo. Didn't even place like 5th or whatever, because they want a regular cucumber. They don't want that new shit.
Diane Color Strand says, do you have grape tomatoes still?
Probably the tomato that you're going to want is Red Torch. Yes, we do have some of those left. And it's a bigger grape. I mean, it's large, but it is a freaking great taste. And you can
What about the bumblebees?
And the bumblebees.
Yeah,
the
we
bumblebees.
got bumblebee pink
and bumblebee purple, and the Red Torch.
Yeah,
are the
Red
3.
Torch is super sweet.
It's bigger. It's bigger than a grape, but it's really good.
My goodness, that is like sugar. Diane Rude says, Al planted 1 tomato in the old wheelbarrow. Hope it grows. Fingers crossed.
There you go.
And then Carol said, only a little milder flavor. She's talking about the lemon cucumber.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's different. I planted it before. And I've tried to plant, and somebody said something about planting cucumbers, and I said, well, you need to plant the bush type that are smaller, like, if you don't have a lot of space, instead of the regular cucumbers that'll, they'll travel a country mile.
Oh, wow. Abby Gus is her last name. She's in Ohio. And she said, have you grown any citrus? I snagged a kumquat in Ohio. Well, what were you doing years ago? Did you ever do any? No, it's
pears.
Pears, apples, yeah. Kumquat. Wow.
I had a lady.
What zone are you in over there, Abby? You're probably pretty much where we're at.
Oh, yeah. I had a lady that was in today and said that her daughter wanted blueberries and that, and I told her, you know, I don't know if Larry has them or not, but blueberries are really nice. Now, they like acidic soil, but the foliage in the fall, if you've ever been up to Michigan and saw fields of blueberries, they're freaking crimson red. They're really, really cool. It's got a nice fall color. So you could plant an edible landscape.
Oh, wow. She's in 6A.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
we're 5B here, so she can grow some more stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder what kumquats. That would be good.
She might be down, you know, south a little bit of us.
And probably shouldn't have gotten it without a greenhouse, Abby says. Well, you'll find out. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
This is really good beer. I like this one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to grab a drink.
I haven't. I drank all week, especially the other day.
So, Southeast Ohio. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
She's closer to Lloyd.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Got a buddy in Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you got any more questions, you guys, or? Debbie Hayes says, good info. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Well, it wasn't, I mean, it was
good.
It was okay.
It's fast. That's
right?
okay.
Friday, this next Friday, you guys, it's going to be really interesting. My friend Gordon Harris is going to be on. I know Martha better than Gordon, but Gordon and I went to his house the other day and we sat outside and talked. Gordon's interesting. He's African American, and we're going to talk about
his experience.
His experience being an African American. The other thing is Gordon is a two-tour Vietnam vet. He was airborne both tours, I believe, if I'm right. And then also Gordon just, I think about 5 years ago, had a heart transplant. So Gordon's had a very, you know, interesting life.
Yeah.
And I just thought it would be really cool to talk to somebody like that. So it was really nice. And we got a call tonight. I called my friend Jim Murtis that was on a couple times ago before Eric Coons, and he said he listened to Eric Coons and was very impressed with him, but I was giving Jim a little hard time. But
you're talking blueberries and raspberries. Jackie Morris says, I planted blueberries here in south of Rock Falls. The deer ate every single plant.
Yep, you're going to have to definitely be careful there, Jackie. You know, and they will really grow good where you're at, Jackie. Go ahead and try it again, but I would put fence around it during the winter.
Oh, that's, Brian said the Stintons, my next door neighbor, used to have raspberries and blueberries every year. And all the neighborhood kids would go and help themselves.
Haha, you stole them. We used to have raspberries out back where our fence is at when I was a kid, and they were red raspberries, and it was probably a 50-foot long patch, probably about 5-6 foot wide, and we used to pick them, and people would come, and my grandma would sell them, and she would, I mean, it was like $2 a quart, which was, you know, the people were robbing us. I kept telling her, and then I would go to the field out by the mall, and I would pick, I mean, my hands would be black from the black raspberries. And she would tell the people we had black raspberries, but I told her that I wanted $5 a quart for them. And she said, no, we can just sell them. I go, nope. I said, if they want these, they're fine. And I sold them, you know, because I thought we could always get more for the red raspberries than what we were getting. People would come from all over town because we had them.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
I think that's probably pretty good, you guys.
I think so.
Enjoy the weekend. It's supposed to be really nice. We're supposed to get some rain. If not, I'm going to have to get the hose out and water, or get the watering can out and water my stuff in I planted. So
I wonder if John's still with us.
I try not to water the tomatoes and peppers too much because then they rely on it. So I really like survival of the fittest. So
yeah.
But
oh, yes, he is. There we go. Peace and love, both of you.
All right,
and
everybody.
To you. Yes.
You guys take care. Tune in next week. Gordon should be a very interesting story.
Yep. All right, you guys.
See
Have
ya.
a great weekend.
Yep. Take care. Have a good weekend.
This
Enjoy
was a
the
fun
weather.
one. This was a fun one. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks.